Hello, good people, and
Hi.
welcome to the Coach's Corner.
Yes.
With Sharia and Sherry. It is 2019. We are coming from the office, getting ready to do some videos on different topics surrounding emotional wellness, social wellness, spiritual wellness, intellectual wellness, financial wellness, physical wellness, every type of wellness you can think of. We will be trying our best to make this a very diverse experience. And since we're at the beginning of the year, we are going to kick it off with, I guess I would prefer goals versus resolutions, because I don't really do resolutions. I do really like strategic goals related to what I want for the year, and I do them in those areas. So let's start there.
Yeah, so the first thing is that you have to figure out what you want to put a goal in, right? Mm-hmm. So trying to attack your entire life at one time is not going to happen. It's not good. You're going to get overwhelmed, you're going to get stressed out, and then you're going to quit. Yeah. And you'll be in 2020 making the same goals or resolutions all over again.
When our goal is not to do everything at once, is to try to complete something so we can feel that we are successful, and then it's more likely to motivate us to actually continue on. And so one of the things is knowing what you want in the areas that you want to change. So being able to say, I want 5 things, writing them down, but then saying I'm going to start with one is not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing, so you can see full out success and moving forward. The other thing is, I would say, know your why.
Absolutely.
So for every goal that you create, regardless of the area of wellness, it becomes extremely important to understand and to articulate, not just in the goal, but to yourself. Why are you doing this, or why do you want the result? Not so much why you're doing it, but why do you want the result? So, for example, if I am saying I want to lose 10 pounds, because that's like in the New Year's, everything is about weight loss and physical health, as if your emotional health don't matter. Even though I get a lot of calls in the New Year, so anyway. The reality is, why do I want that 10 pounds to be off? So for a person like myself, it would be related to health. Maintaining and a healthy lifestyle becomes extremely important to me, but also being preventative of diseases or illnesses that are hereditary in my family. And so it may not prevent them. It may just be in an effort to help my body stay in a state of healing, so that way I can take care of and or not actually get the illnesses.
And when you have a why that has more substance to it, you're more likely to make a lifestyle change.
Yes.
The thing with goals, you don't want it to be temporary. So let's say if, by 40 or by 35, I want to weigh such and such, or for this wedding or my school reunion, I want to get back to this particular size. Mm-hmm. Well, you may go ahead and meet that goal, and then after the event is over, you'll slowly but surely start picking it back up, and now you have to do the goal again. Mm-hmm. And so with any goal, when you have a goal that, again, has more substance and depth and is more related to a lifestyle change, it's more likely for you to meet and maintain the work that you put in for that goal.
All right. So we said you select one area, and after you may put down a bunch of them, but you select one and you go full-hearted at one, and you make sure you understand your why. And understanding your why so much so that it motivates you past even the goal itself being completed in result.
Absolutely. So then some tips in making goals, we can talk about the acronym SMART. Oh, yeah. And so that's probably something that you have heard before. If not, we can go through what that acronym stands for. And so S is small.
Specific.
Or specific. Sorry. Okay,
small is not bad either, right? Make it specific and small. Yeah, we'll go with both. That's fine. So it's specific.
And then
specific, measurable.
Measurable.
So make sure that you can measure it. So, for example, in terms of weight loss, that might be counting the actual pounds going down, or it might be for physical activity and increasing physical activity, it might be 3 to 4 days a week. Being able to measure it. So if I know I did only 2 days, then I'm off of my goal of doing 3 to 4 days a week.
Yes. Then A is achievable.
Yes.
And so with achievable, okay, you want to have a goal that you can actually reach, right? Now, this isn't about dreaming small, even though I started off with saying small as a mistake. But it's really about, again, setting goals, because you can have a much larger goal. Let's say if you have a 10-year goal, okay, so you're going to break that down now into a 5-year, 3-year, or 1-year goal, and then break down what you have to do every day, every week, every month to be able to achieve it. So you want to make sure with the goal that you are actively working on, it is achievable for the time frame that you're going to achieve it in.
And the next one is realistic. R for realistic. So you want to make sure that it's something that you are capable of doing as you are right now. So if you say I want to lose 1,000 pounds and you weigh 100 pounds, that's not realistic, right?
Right.
But if you say I want to lose 10 pounds over the next 40 days, then that becomes more realistic, because it allows for you not to punish your body by trying to lose a large amount of weight in a short term time. So it becomes really important to make it realistic. So very similar. So I keep using weight. So let's do something different. Give us a different example.
So let's talk about savings.
Savings, yes. So a good way to make it realistic is to know what you currently make versus your expenses, and what you could cut out, and say, hey, if I know that I make $10 and I spend $6 and then I have $4 left, I'm going to save at least $2 every time I get paid, which is $10. Right? And so then that becomes a realistic goal, because you also said that you have $4 left after you spend on your necessities, right? And so it's realistic because you can actually achieve it.
Yes.
And then the last is a time frame. What time frame do you want to reach the goal? And so reaching the goal for some of us will be the entire year. So one of my major goals is to I have more than one, so I felt guilty as I said that. But one of my major goals is to actually complete. I'm writing a book that I've been trying to write for the last 2 years, and so what I am doing now is actually just the first step, which is to complete the outline by the end of March. And so that outline is going to be completed with the time frame having other steps within it. So the ultimate result for me in 3 months is different than what I would say for a 12-year goal.
Right. So it's really important, basically, just for you to have plans and strategies in place when you're putting goals. You don't just want to say things that sound really great. You don't want to just catch on to fads. Right now, again, this is the beginning of the year, so everyone is talking about goals and resolutions and vision board parties and things of that nature. And there's nothing wrong with those things, but
absolutely not.
we definitely encourage you to participate in and to take part in that. But you also want to make sure that you attach strategy and wisdom and a plan, so that then by now December 31st, 2019, you can look back over this year and say, okay, I met this goal and everything else that I wanted to achieve as well.
That's right. And so the goal is to make sure that we start this new year as our best selves, and realizing that we are capable of achieving any of our goals if we make sure that they're smart.
Yes. So one of the things that I've started saying over this past, through 5 days now that we are into the new year, a lot of people say new year, new you. I've been saying new year, better you, because instead of thinking that you have to toss out everything that happened, no, take the lessons that you've learned from the year where you didn't meet your goals, and now put a better strategy in place. So it's not anything inherently wrong with all of who you are. It's just you have to refine and change how you're going to now manifest the plans or the goals that you put in place. So a new year, better you, where you're building upon who you are and not having a negative self-connotation or a negative self-image of who you are.
All right. And so before we go, she mentioned vision boards. Sherry just said vision board parties. Not everyone has the access to go to one in their area or the time. And so one of the actual things that we do on our personal development page is actually a vision board course.
Yes.
That you could actually purchase. I believe it's $5.99. It's something that you will have access for, I believe, 90 days. So it gives you the time to actually create your own vision board at your own pace if you're not able to get to any of these parties or other places that are doing vision boards. So you can check it out on shariafarmer.com or .org or sherrywary.com.
Yes.
And so this is our first Coach's Corner. We will see you guys in 2 weeks on whatever date.
The fourth Thursday.